Welcome to This Day and Everything Cool for March 21st. On this day in 2006, social media took off like a bird. The microblogging site Twitter went online for the first time, with the first tweet being published by co-founder Jack Dorsey. The whole idea was to give users a quick and easy way to express their opinions in 140 characters or less, and users could also communicate with each other by using the site as a sort of internet-based SMS messaging service. It didn't take long for Twitter to become a hit, and today it has more than 330 million active users. It hasn't been without controversy, though. Many claim that Twitter and its limited character count have had a negative effect on society, polarizing our opinions and giving us shorter attention spans. Online harassment and politicized bots are also rampant on Twitter. On March 21st, 1999, Nintendo began experimenting with one of their biggest new franchises. The on-the-rails shooter Pokémon Snap was released on the N64 in Japan, with a Western release following a few months later. It was one of the first spin-off games for the Pokémon franchise, following an explosive debut on the Game Boy a few years earlier, and the gameplay was obviously very different, with players snapping photos of 3D Pokémon on the screen. Several other spin-off titles like Hey You Pikachu and Pokémon Stadium were also released on the N64 around the same time, with Nintendo eager to find out if the franchise could work in different genres. It wasn't that successful. None of these spin-offs were anywhere near as successful as the core games in the main RPG series, and Nintendo hasn't released many console Pokemon games since. That could soon change, though, because a core Pokemon RPG is coming to the Switch in 2018. March 21st, 2017 marked the untimely end of a beloved sci-fi franchise because EA and BioWare released the troubled Mass Effect Andromeda. Players were looking forward to the game, being the first entry in the series in more than 5 years, but what they got wasn't what they wanted. The game was plagued by glitches and bugs, making it almost unplayable, and the story and characters were criticized for being far less interesting or in-depth as in the previous games. Basically, it sucked. Mass Effect Andromeda was a failure critically and commercially, and EA scrapped their plans for post-launch DLC and have since put the Mass Effect franchise on hiatus. There's always a chance it will rise from the dead at some point in the future.